Need the coffee. So I think it's cafecito time.
Cafecito time.
Oh, cafecito time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we teased it on Sunday night that if by now we didn't have a quarterback, or if we did have a quarterback or didn't have a quarterback, this would be one of two shows. Unfortunately, it's the version where we don't have a quarterback. So if you came here for the entertainment value of seeing Flo pissed off, hey, you came to the right place. Flo, welcome, sir. How are you doing today?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the rant. I want to be called Flo and Rant today. That's going to be my name.
Let's tackle this dono really quick. I'll have Hurricane. Thank you so much. So pumped for Monday night, as am I. I'm saying 31-19 Canes. I like it. As far as our next QB goes, I got faith Mario will make it happen. Go Canes. I got faith he'll make something happen. I just don't know what that something is. But yeah, so we will definitely talk some national championship because, this is my weekly show. This will be my last Tuesday show before the game. So we're going to have to talk a little bit about the game. I'm pumped. That is my main focus 100%, as it should be for everyone. But everyone's talking portal. Everyone's talking about who's going to be our quarterback next year because obviously we want to keep the good times rolling. And one of the ways you do that is by having the quarterback position secured. So, Flo, let me ask you, man, because I'm looking at the situation, right? Last two seasons, we were kind of going through the same problem. It was well into January. Everybody had their guy, and we did it. But look at us now. We're about to play for the national title in 6 days. Back-to-back 10-win seasons now. Playoff appearance. Beat 3 straight top 10 opponents. We got Cam Ward, who went number 1 overall. We got Carson Beck, who I don't know where he's going to get drafted, but it's much higher than he would have been 4 months ago. And did I mention we're playing for the national championship in 6 days? Flo, talk to me. Why are we here again? So, what happened?
You may want to put the kids away for this. It's to the point where I personally feel that Coach Mario likes to torture us. I think he sits in his office and sits there and goes, watch this. I really think he sits there and goes, what? Because this is literally what we go through every single offseason. We get right to the deadline and sometimes almost right past the deadline. And then something miraculous, this miracle happens. Well, here's the situation. As John knows, and as I said in other shows, I had made a video, I don't know, about a week and a half ago now on something that could possibly happen in the quarterback market for Miami. And it's literally played out exactly like I said in that video, where we would be the ones sitting at the altar waiting and nobody is there. There's nobody left. Let me say this again in slow motion for you guys. There's nobody left. There's nobody left that would come here that I would be like, yes, he killed it. All right. You could tell that we just went back-to-back 10+ win seasons. You could tell we're in the Natty. You can tell, like John said, we just put the first overall pick into the NFL. You could tell we got Carson Beck with I don't know how many victories he's got now. You can tell. No, you can't. No, you can't. You know why you can't? Let me tell you why you can't. Because there's nobody left. Listen, you went into the bar, a singles bar. You sat in the corner and you let all the guys pick up all the girls. And then when you're like, I'm ready now, there's nobody left. They're all gone. They're all gone. And don't tell me, what about Ty Simpson? He's not coming. He's going to the NFL. Levitt played us. Levitt played us. I'm just telling you guys, that was supposed to be the big whale. Well, the whale disappeared and he's going to LSU. And then we got schools like Virginia, who's got 2 quarterbacks now. Right before I come on the air, they just got Holstein as well. Not only did they got Prabula, they went and got Holstein as well. And we got nobody. So that's how I want to start the show. We have nobody out there. Okay, your turn.
It's just baffling to me that we're in that situation. Like you would think, okay, maybe we're kind of in that situation. Like I could go back to 2 years ago. You could still kind of negatively recruit against us. You can't anymore. There's proof of concept. We're winning. We're possibly about to go win a national title in less than a week. But that doesn't seem to matter. And it sounds like, by what you're saying, and I was kind of suspecting the same thing, is that they play the patience game. They play the let's play it cool. Let's wait. Let's kind of hey, we like you. We'll kind of let us go through our process, and we'll circle back to you. Turn around, he's gone, kind of thing. That seems to be a lot of what's happening.
John, it's not that I don't want to ask you a question. I'm just baffled that what is it? The portal closes in 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
3 days, right? And there's nothing even to get a little bit like, ooh, we can do this. Someone in the chat, please tell me who, because I hear a lot of people saying Matir. How do you know Matir hasn't signed his NIL? Because here's the problem. It's not that we can't go and get a guy that's signed. It's you have to buy the buyout now. There's buyouts now. Why do you guys think that the guy from Washington went back to Washington? You know why? Because the buyout. That was the only reason he went back. The only reason he went back once he goes, I'm going to go in the portal. No, you're not, because then you have to give me $4 million. You understand? Mm-hmm. So that's the problem, because I know some people want CJ Bailey. Go get CJ Bailey. But if CJ Bailey has signed his NIL, which I have no reason to believe he hasn't, it's not that you can't go get him. You have to buy his NIL out and then give him an NIL.
Right. So it's double.
Yeah. So no one's gonna do that. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like Fernie saying in the chat, I see he says F Levitt, bring me number 6 Natty, please. Yes. Levitt played us. His brother played us, but I'll be honest. We win Monday. I could care less who the quarterback is next year. Like, I don't care. We can run the wishbone all year. Okay. And I'm going to be like, I don't care. We won the Natty. But currently, we haven't played the game. And currently, every other team is celebrating that they're getting quarterbacks. Like I said, right before we came on the air, Virginia's got 2. Virginia's got 2. We got none. And I know some of you are like, well, let's ride with Coleman. Let's ride. Yeah, clearly. I got that. I understand that. But we're not supposed to be in the position to be doing that.
Mm-mm. Yeah. I don't know, man. Again, like I said, I understand us being in that position a couple of years ago, coming off a 7-5 year. We are not that team anymore. We are one of the best, if not the best teams in the country. And it looks like it's going to stay that way for a good bit.
Yep.
It's not like this is a flash in the pan thing that we just portaled in a bunch of 1-year rentals and like, this is our window. This is a great window that we got to take advantage of. I'm not saying it's not, but it looks like it's, we're stacking our chips and it's going to be pretty strong for a while, the way Mario has been recruiting and bringing in talent. But man, like, I just don't understand the whole, like, I understand you want to try to hit a home run with the quarterback, but it's like, it's not just he's trying to hit a home run. He's like, instead of giving himself multiple at-bats, he's like, I'm just going to give myself one at-bat. I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to hit a home run on this very pitch. If I swing and miss, I'm screwed.
Yep.
It's like, why do that?
Well, I know that they wanted Sorsby at first, right? Like, that was the guy they had targeted. Then, Texas Tech and, his girl was going there for volleyball and scholarship. So that door got shut. Then, they were still in communications with Ty Simpson, thinking that they could be able to maybe sway him. But during that time, they, had put a nice offer in for Levitt. And, they told Levitt, go ahead, take your visits. We're going to be focused on our game. When we're done, we're going to bring you in. And which is what they did. Saturday night, anyone that is plugged in, I know a lot of you guys follow different Discords, different boards. Everyone thought that was a done deal Saturday night with Levitt. Well, he leaves, and Monday he says he's going to go to LSU. And Pirbula signs with, I think he signed with Virginia's from what the report was, or he committed to Virginia. And I just Holstein just committed to Virginia as well, by the way. So something's a little off there. I want to do a little research because I'd be very, very surprised if they actually signed both guys. You know, I'm not trying to speculate, but what if Perbula committed but didn't sign and Miami reached out to him? I'm just speculating because I don't see how. It would be really shocking if Virginia got both. For me, you know, and you know, it's just the only guy that's out there is Long Street that has a chance to be a dude, right? That's still out there because everybody else apparently has signed. It's hard to tell to know who's signed, who's not, because they don't have to disclose it, right?
Right.
And I mean, we're not going the Lagway route because I will literally lose. It would not be good if we get Lagway, and I don't think we're looking at him. But what's your take, bro, on this?
I will tell you now. Let me just, before I forget, hit Plank Times donation. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. The miracle will happen Monday.
Yes, sir.
If God willing. I don't see that as a miracle, but you know, hopefully, whatever good juju is in the air for Miami football. I want it all focused on the game. Win the game.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all this. We'll get sorted out after that. Win the damn game. I'm with you. I'm in honeymoon mode for a solid year after this. You know, you can look.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Got number 6 in the trophy case. I'm good for a while.
I'm good. You get a whole year. You get a free pass from me for an entire season. I can give 2 shits. I agree.
Exactly, and that's what brings me to this. So this is the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking worst case scenario. We don't get anyone, right? Who do you have? You got Emery, who's now going into his 4th year with the program. You kind of know what you have with him. He's a serviceable backup. I think he's a guy that can come in. Let's say you put him in as a starter. That's your guy.
Right.
QB1. With our schedule next year being a bit easier than it was this year, I think he's a guy that can come in, probably win like 9 games. You know, with the roster around him, good young talent at receiver. He's going to have a bunch of road graders at O-line. We could run the ball. Maybe we mess around and win 10, but I'm thinking more like a 9-win season.
With Emery?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 9.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not renewing my season tickets if Emery's a starting quarterback. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm the guy. I'm that guy.
Yeah,
I'm the bearer of bad news. I am the bearer of bad news.
So that's if it's Emery. Luke, probably going to be around the same thing. Little more, you know, if he takes a step, he's a bit of a gunslinger. So maybe he gets hot. Maybe he beats up on some of these bad teams and we win 9 or 10. Maybe we win 7 or 8. It's that much of a variance if it's him. If you put Darion Coleman in there, then it's like, okay, you just came off hopefully winning a national title. You could throw Darion Coleman in.
Yep.
You got kind of that honeymoon season where everything's all forgiven no matter what happens. So Mario can take advantage of that. Because I feel like at some point to kind of break this cycle of how you can get a new guy every year, which I know a lot of the great teams do it, whatever. I don't think it's sustainable for too long. At some point, you got to get a guy as your starter for 2-3 years. I think. He could break that cycle. He can come in, take his lumps. He shows you a lot of pros and cons for one season, but you can build on him. You can develop him so that by year 2, Darion Coleman's a freaking stud. And by the way, all the receivers in that room have another year of eligibility. They can all come back. Your O-line's going to be strong just on reputation alone. You got great skill guys at running back. I think we'd be fine for 2027 if you kind of are willing to take your lumps with Darion in 2026. That's worst case scenario.
Yeah, you're a really nice guy. You know, that's why I like you. You're my friend because this is how this is going to go. If we don't find a miracle in the next few days, once the championship game's over, hopefully we win. A few days later, there's going to be a press conference as Mari's going to go, we have full confidence in our quarterback room. There's no flinch in us. We're riding with our guys. We're about physicality. We're about development, culture. And none of us are going to believe that, right? Because we know. Yes, Rocky, I am depressed right now. Yes, currently I am depressed. But after this show, I'm going to start getting in game mode. And I'm not going to care for about 4 or 5 days. And then then if we win, I won't care at all. But if we happen to maybe stumble and lose, I'm going to not be happy for a long. I'm going to be on my period for 365 days. I'm just telling you guys straight up. But they're going to spin it. They're going to spin it like they're riding with the room and all that. And listen, I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know if Emery stays on the team. Okay, there are some rumors that have been leaked out, and I'm sure everybody has seen them to East Carolina. So it's not a for sure thing that Emery's going to be on the team after the game. Now, I will be honest with you. I don't see a world where they don't bring someone in the next couple of days. I just don't. I don't even see it as a possibility.
Oh, yeah. No, and I was getting to that. I was just saying worst possible case scenario.
Right.
I don't think that the scenario, I know it's kind of long-winded, but I don't think that happens either. I think they bring someone in. Eric 305 saying, I heard Austin Simmons hasn't officially signed. If he's an option, definitely one I'd kick the tires on for sure. Yeah. I like him. Long Street, a guy I'd kick the tires on. I was going to make a big case for Eli Holstein, but literally before the show started, he got picked up. And then who are the other guys? I'm literally looking at like Jake Merklinger. I'm looking at who's the other one? Jake Merklinger.
Susie Pink says, Flo, you have been wrong before. It's all good. You and your feelings. Emery will be good to go. There's two things you're right about that statement. I've been wrong before. You are correct. I'm in my feelings. You're correct. Emery will be good to go. You are not correct. He's not going to be.
And I'm saying Emery could win 9 because of the super roster he's going to have around him and because we're playing an easy schedule. That's why I'm saying it. And I'm not saying we're going to win impressively. I'm just saying we're going to squeak out 9 games. We're not winning ACC title, no playoffs, none of that if it's Emery. We're getting Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck at QB. Yeah. Yeah. So has CJ Bailey signed? I don't see why he wouldn't have. I think he has.
Right. It's hard to find out officially, but everyone thinks so.
Yeah. DJ Uyagalagwe. That's funny. Why not Long Street? I mean, I said Long Street, that's one. Look, I told you the last time we spoke, if we don't get one of these veteran proven guys, the next plan B would be to get one of these younger, talented guys that still has some upside, maybe doesn't have the experience yet, but they've had a year or two in a college system already. Long Street would be one. Merklinger would be another. Are there any of those that are appealing to you?
Yeah, Long Street. I'm coughing a lot. Give me a second. Long Street for sure. That's it. He's the only one that's out there that I'd be very excited about because he has gone in some mop-up duty time at USC and he looked really good. I think he's 13 for 15. And he rushed for like 70 yards in that mop-up duty, which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? He's boom or bust kind of guy. You get him and you hit on him, it could be, you could look like a genius, right? He's that good. He's got that much talent, but he has not played a lot of college football. He got in for some mop-up duty, I think, for 2 games. I want to say it was like Southern Miss something. He got into that game. I watched his tape a lot the last few days, and he's good, but there's a reason he left because he thought what's his name was going to the NFL, but they re-signed him. So he goes into the portal. LSU jumps all over him, but he hasn't signed with anybody because now LSU brought back Levitt, right? So he's out there. I think the dynamic is, what do you do to the quarterback room if you bring in Hassan Long Street, right? Because now you're telling the quarterback room basically, hey, this is probably going to be the quarterback for at least 2 years. So someone like Lucas might be gone. Judd is gone. Emery's gone. Darian might stay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you.
I'm okay with that because, aside from Darian, I feel like the other guys are replaceable. No offense to them, but you can go out and get grad transfers and a couple of veteran guys that aren't really on a lot of people's radars as a starter, but just bring him in for depth and you're fine.
Yeah, look, I think Emery's one of the nicest people. He's a true Kane. I have nothing but respect for him. But I don't think it's a good idea if he's a guy that ends up staying here because we couldn't find anybody and we got to ride with him next year because he's in a lose-lose situation, right? There's nothing he's gonna do that we're gonna be like, thank God, as soon as he has a couple bad games, even if we win them, we're gonna be trashing. You know how the fan base is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just. It's not fair to him. It's just not fair to him. He's rode with us. He's been here. He's a great teammate. But that doesn't mean that he deserves to be the starter if he's not good enough to be the starter here. I know we're doing the show, and I'm in my I'm in my feelings right now, but within the next 72 hours, there could be a name. And then we could have a quarterback, and all this is kind of funny, right? I just don't have a clue who it is. I don't have a clue who it is. I think you're right with bringing up Long Street. It seems like that's the guy. That's the guy that you go take the shot on because he has the whole pedigree, right? Big time arm, 5-star, was under one of the best quarterback developers in the country for a whole year at USC. When he did get a little bit of mop-up duty, he looked really good in his mop-up duty. That's a guy that and I think the fan base, we would be like, okay, cool. We know what kind of happened. You're bringing us at least someone with a big, like if you hit on him, it's like, you're talking, you boomed on him. I think the fan base could get behind that, right? I don't know how we would feel because right now we're all like, yeah, we're going to the Natty, everything's great. That's fine. But you get into, 3 or 4 games into the year next year and you're like 2-2 or 3-1 right off the bat, and it's because of the quarterback situation, you're gonna start getting in your feelings, like all of us are. It's just what we do. We're miserable at the end of the day.
We got Long Street. Hope we get a QB coach. Well, listen, we still got Dawson for one more year. It seems like, so that's good.
Yeah, that's a whole other show we should do. Coaching.
Why are we always so late to get a QB? Yeah, no, that's what we've been talking about for 22 minutes now. I would have thought, and the word on the street was that we were getting more out in front of this time around. It's just for whatever reason, I just don't know why we shy away from, hey, this is our number one option. We want this guy. Oh, but a guy that's like second or third on our list is like, hey, I'll sign right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Wait over there. We're going to wait to meet with this first one. That's what they need to stop doing. I mean, if option number 2 or 3, like a B+ option, becomes available, it's like you could have it right now and get a nice safe pickup, bring them in, and this thing is done. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but
yeah, look, here's the better way to describe this, right? How come there's several big schools that have a couple guys and we're struggling to get one, and then you have the fan base like, no, what do you mean we have one? We recruited really good. Look what's in the. There are several schools that have a couple, like 2 guys at least, that have a lot of college reps, right? I mean, for God's sake, if this Virginia news is accurate, and they did sign Perbula, they just got two really good quarterbacks. Virginia, right? You understand? Like, I don't understand the mentality behind it. But at the end of the day, like someone told me on the phone today, weren't you feeling like this last year and the year before? I was like, yes. And look what he did. I was like, you're right. I literally said, you're right. He's got 3 more days, right? He's got 3 more days because if the person's not in the portal by Friday, I don't want to hear anything like, oh, he's going to do something later on. No, he's not. They got to be in the portal by Friday, the 16th, which I think is Friday. So at the end of the day, that's what you can pick from. And if not, then we are riding with that room. And oh boy, because let me ask you this question. I know it's your show, but I take over sometimes. And I'm an idiot.
You can ask me a question, go ahead.
How come you put a roster this good together and then fumble the quarterback position? Because like you said, I think we're gonna have a really good roster going into next year.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'm missing the quarterback, so we'll just have to rally behind one of our young guys. That's incompetence and irresponsible, in my opinion. And millions of dollars to build that roster.
That's an excellent question, and it's been a position that we have fumbled at the high school level for 20 years. I mean, outside of a couple of anomalies like Brad Kaya, you could say, okay, he didn't suck. You know, he was a pretty solid college quarterback. You know, he just didn't always have the right pieces around him. Stephen Morris, local kid, 3-star, ended up in the NFL, bounced around the NFL for a little while, had a cannon for an arm. Outside of those two guys, I mean, I can't really name one. Like a high school kid that we recruited, we groomed, we got him ready.
But John, we can go shopping now. Like it's you understand it, which makes it worse.
I know it makes it worse, but I'm saying like it's been a problem for multiple coaching staffs. I don't know why. I don't understand it, especially now you're at the point where, okay, you're now bringing in elite talent at almost every other position, not just good talent, not just, oh, we got good size, good speed here and there. No, like you look at every position, there's someone elite in every room or multiple elite guys in every room. Like, I don't know why that position we can't get out of our own way. I don't get it.
I'm literally saying that I'm so blessed and I feel so grateful to be able to see another Natty being played and possibly won. I owe that all to Mario and everybody that's helped Mario. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. I'm not stupid. And yes, I'm in my feelings because I kind of want to protect what he just built, right? And it looks like he's building a juggernaut. You know, like I just think the roster is getting better and better and better and more sustainable, right? But we all know you only go as far as your quarterback goes. So it's and I get it. He could be sitting in his office right now with his feet up, and all of a sudden looking at us, going, "Look at these two stupid idiots." They have no idea.
I hope that's what's happening. I hope a name we're not even going to expect.
Exactly.
Like, jumps in and he was like, "Told you."
Yeah.
I hope that happens.
And it's very possible because this is how he moves. I mean, if we're being honest, like this is literally how he moves at the end of the day, right? So I have to think there's a part of me that thinks he's laughing at all the media and he's like, I got this. Y'all just shut up. I'll do it when I feel like it. Maybe I'll wait until Friday at midnight. Like, I don't know, to tell you who I'm going to get. But it is a head scratcher, right? It is a head scratcher that there are several programs that have two quality proven. I'm talking about proven, meaning like solid college snaps and to really good college snaps on their roster. And we don't have that. We have a bunch of guys that we don't know what they are, except for Emory, but I think we know what Emory is. Mm-hmm. And then there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing else. Literally, though, I'm not even exaggerating. There's like nothing else out there. So yeah, you better go get Long Street. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, you better go get Long Street.
I'd be okay with Long Street.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I would not be upset one bit with Long Street. Now you got a guy for a couple of years.
Yeah, and it's a guy with if you bring a guy in that has that much talent and you can develop him to, like, you don't even have to do a lot. Hey, I'm on with John right now. I understand. Can I I'm on John's show. Okay. Thank you. Get down. Appreciate you. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And I was Kane saying I think being successful in the playoffs has hurt Miami in the portal. I don't think so. Like it absolutely shouldn't, first of all. Second of all, I think at least at quarterback, I think correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the coaching staff and Mario had this idea like, look, now we've made it, we're that team that we said we were going to be a couple of years ago. So, it's going to be a lot easier to get whoever we want. I thought as a fan, I was like, we're going to have our pick. Whoever you want, go grab him. I thought we were going to get Sorsby. A week or two ago when he was the leading name, I was like, bro, throw him a bag and we're good. And I'm sure we did. But I don't know.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, and I was wrong. What I'm about to say, like yesterday morning, I was thinking we're probably going to end up with Perbula, and I'm okay with that. You know, you got a solid bet coming in, runs our offense. We'll definitely get 10 wins out of him. We'll look respectable. You know, he can run the ball, and we can develop the young guys underneath him. And I wouldn't have been ecstatic, but I would have been like, cool. He brought in a vet that's solid and it can play. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same day I hear Perbula goes to Virginia, and then just now before I come on, they get hosting too. I'm like, okay, well, spit in our face, why don't you? Because that's what's happening right now.
That is weird. They get both because then who's starting? Because I feel like Perbula wouldn't go to Virginia to be the backup.
I agree. I'm not
like
listening.
That is weird.
Listen, like Johnny says, Longstreet isn't a veteran quarterback that doesn't help. You're right, but you can only pick from what's left, right? So with what's left, he's the guy that has the most upside that you can hit on, is all I'm saying. I think John agrees.
The upside is huge with him, and also the little flashes you've seen. He does have college snaps.
Yep.
And you know, that is something that's big. Whereas Darion Coleman has 0 college snaps.
Correct.
And looks like he has to.
And he's also been in, but Longstreet's also been in a college weight room and film room for a full year.
Right.
And you can say whatever you want about the USC head coach, but one thing he's really good at is developing quarterbacks, right? Everything else you can say whatever you want about him, but I don't think anyone's going to say that Lincoln Riley is not a really, really good quarterback developer.
Yeah. Where did Simmons sign? So Simmons, I think, supposedly signed with Missouri, but people are asking, well, did he really sign? We don't know.
I can never know. I think someone said that X, shout out to X from Canesville, said that he committed, but he didn't sign with them. I don't know. I have no idea. Like to me, that's a no-brainer if he's available, right? That's a no-brainer. That's a quick phone call here to get over here and then you just ride with him, right? At the end of the day. But I don't know. Last I saw, he committed to Missouri. I assumed that was a done deal, but who knows anymore? Because we've seen, you know, what was his name that committed to Nebraska and then he went to Kentucky? Kenny Minchie. Kenny Minchie commits to Nebraska for like 2 days, I think it was. And then out of nowhere, you hear he flips to Kentucky. I was like, what? Then Nebraska had to scramble and go get the UNLV quarterback and stole him. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that I'm very not used to this, even though I'm used to this, if that makes sense. Like he does this every year so far.
I just hope that from now on they learn their lesson, that if the guy they have their sights set on one guy, right, which seems to be the case every year, but some other guy who's pretty good is like, hi, I'll play for you right now.
Yes.
Turn around and say yes to that guy, so we don't have to go through this bullshit.
Right. Pretty good in our system with our talent is good.
Right. Fernando Mendoza last year is a guy that I thought, man, remember all the people that were laughing at us for suggesting Fernando Mendoza?
Yes.
And I'm like, bro, you guys have not watched his tape. He's athletic. He's tough. He's got a solid arm.
Yep.
And look what he is now.
Yeah.
And
right. Exactly.
To me, CJ Bailey this year is Fernando Mendoza last year. A little different skill set, but like same level of, I think he has even more upside if he can hit it, you know. The physical talent's absolutely there, but go ahead.
No, I'm just I feel like something tells me that they have a plan and everything's fine, but everything I'm seeing is, you know, panic. Thank God we have the Natty on Monday, because I'm telling you, after today, I don't care for 4 days. I'm literally just gonna get in Natty mode, right? I really this is the last rant that I'm gonna do and go crazy on, regardless if we get a quarterback or not. It's gonna be all Natty for me because I'm so proud of this team right now.
No, same. Okay, we'll get off this now, but like I did want to hit on one thing that a bunch of people were bringing up earlier. Apparently, the word is that Dante Moore hasn't officially declared for the draft yet. He's expected to, but for whatever reason hasn't declared yet, which would tell me he's kind of leaving his options open until he absolutely has to declare, which is smart. I would do the same thing. How big of a possibility do you think that is?
Well, first of all, he has until tomorrow. Yeah, right. Wednesday's the day they have to officially declare by, like turn in their paperwork. If they don't, then that becomes a situation. Everything I heard was if he goes back to Oregon, Rayola's going to stay there and be the backup because they're paying him really good. I've heard some people say, well, what if he doesn't go back to Oregon? I don't know why he wouldn't, because they're paying the offer on the table for him to not go back to the NFL or go to the NFL is big. So I don't know if you're saying like, what if he gets out on the market? I don't think he's going to get out on the market because no one's going to spend what Oregon's going to spend to keep him. And they've been trying to get him so he doesn't go to the NFL. And then he had the bad game, so they think that they have a chance to keep him, right? Last I heard was worst case scenario is the third quarterback taken, right? So because remember the class is garbage. If you're telling me, oh my God, what if we had a chance at Dante? I would take him in a heartbeat just because it's better than anything that's out there right now. See what the fan base has to do right this second is real simple. It's very simple. It doesn't matter what you like or what you think. It's does the name that's being brought up, is the name that's being brought up better than anything else that's available? Because if it is, then you have to go get that. You can't say, well, he's not that good. But if he's better than your whole room and any other piece out there, he's good to you because you don't have anything else. You understand? I see a lot of the fans getting upset when you bring up, like a lot of people brought up Abu Parabula, and they're like, nah. I'm like, okay, what's out there available that's better than him? Take your time on that. Nothing. So to you, he's a really good piece. And if Dante were to become available by some miracle, he doesn't go and he's available, guess what? He's the best option out there. You go get him. And you're happy that you get him because you have nothing else. It's wild to me.
Yeah. Mateer's another one they're throwing out there.
But no one knows. That's the thing. Carl, like, no, I'm not saying you're wrong, but no one knows if he signed. That's the craziest part about how bad. I mean, we all know the system is trash, but we don't know. We know a lot of people committed, but we don't know who signed and who has not signed. Right? Like, I don't want Mateer, but if Mateer became available, I'd be ecstatic right now. Because what else do I have to pick from? You know,
that was number one on our board last year.
Correct.
Yeah. Listen, we were saying the exact same shit last year.
Yep.
So,
and the year before.
I'm trying to think which year was worse. I think the year before was worse because we were literally looking at Poffenbarger as a starter.
Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully Mario pulls a rabbit out of the hat a third year in a row. And hopefully after that learns his lesson and starts picking up the B option, and I'd be good with that.
He won't.
Why
you and I both know that.
Why do you can you just lie to me for once? Just lie to me tonight.
I think he likes the torture, bro. Like I really low-key think he calls in one of the coordinators, like he'll call him Marabongo. Watch this. Look at this. Like, I literally think he low-key does that and he enjoys it because so far he hasn't missed, right? So far. He hasn't missed. So he has 3 days to pull a rabbit out of his hat. And then we'll see how it goes.
Out of his ass. No, he'll get statue status in my opinion if he does it a third year in a row. But
dude, no, if he wins on Monday, I don't care. I don't care if Emery is our starting wide receiver, running back, and quarterback. I don't care.
You'll be in the stands drunk, just like you won't care. You'll be singing like at the baseball game that one time.
Just if you win Monday, you get a whole year pass from me. So I don't care.
I'm the same way. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from that.
Okay.
Put the negativity aside. We're playing for a national title in 6 days. I know I mentioned it like 4 times.
Mm.
Let's get into it a little bit. Indiana and their fan base and the media, they're talking a lot of crap and are just going off the assumption that they're going. It's recency bias, in my opinion. They're going off the last couple of games. Really, they're going off the last game because if you watch our game against Ohio State and watch their game against Ohio State, I think that's a little bit more telling.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're just going off of how easy Indiana breezed through Oregon when Oregon like literally handed them the game in the first 5 minutes. And not looking at the fact that, yeah, Miami had to gut out a victory, but, you know, if you watch sports long enough and you've seen teams gut out victories throughout the playoffs, being battle tested, there's something to be said about that.
Mm.
And that helps. Okay. The teams that have been forged through that fire, that helps. That helps you when, you know, adversity hits. So talk to me. You told me on Sunday that nothing they do really scares you. How, you know, it's been a couple of days. I know portal stuff has been on our minds, but like now that we've known for a few days now who we're playing. How are you feeling? Are you still feeling the same way? Feeling a little different?
Yeah, look, I think, you know, because we talk every other day almost, right? And I respect these teams. I mean, what Indiana has done is, I mean, you got to tip your hat, right? You can't be a hater. For me, it's the matchup, though, right? I just love the matchup for Miami. Like what they do really well suits us to play against that really well, right? You have a stationary quarterback that's a one-read guy on the blitz, right? He goes to his hot route. They want to play bully. They want to run 2 tight end sets. They want to run bully ball on you. We love that. That's what we love to do, right? It kind of looks like this to me, and I said it on Sunday, but I'll repeat it again. To me, these are 2 teams that play very similar styles, right, and have similar approaches. I think Miami's just the more talented team, but Indiana's the more disciplined team. So who's going to win out? That's kind of how I see it. I love the matchup for us, though. You know, like, to me, it's not like, crap, you have a running quarterback that can throw. Oh, my God, they have an NFL running back, too. And by the way, they have one of the best offensive lines in the country. And then on defense, they have this corner and then this. No, it's not like that at all. They got about 3 or 4 players, and that's it. And then the rest, they play really good as a team, right? They do everything correct as a team, which there's a lot to be said to that, right? But at the end of the day, I love the matchup for us. I think we match up perfect with them. But you and I spoke about this on Sunday as well. If both teams play their A game, I love Miami. I think we beat them by 10. But if Miami plays with their B game, I think we get spanked. Like, that's how weird I think it is. Like, I don't think we can stay with them if we don't play really well. But I think if we play really well, I think we're not just good. I think we're really, really, really good. And then on the last thing I'm going to say on this is where they have a big advantage is they play really well more often than we do. You understand? So that is something to take into account. But when you do these kind of games and you're predicting and you're trying to analyze and whatever, I do it as if both teams are playing really well. So if both teams are playing really well, I think we win by 10 personally. What about you?
I think the size advantage is going to be huge in the trenches, and I don't think they've seen the size and physicality, because size and physicality don't always go hand in hand.
Right.
You could have a bunch of big dudes in the O-line, but they're not violent.
Correct.
Ours are massive and violent.
And our wide receivers are violent too.
Yes. Everyone on offense blocks. Everyone loves to hit. Everyone's violent. You said something, I think it was you, the other day on one of your shows, or we were talking that when you were at the Ohio State game, they were like almost in shock, like how much we were pushing them around and how how hard, how hard we were hitting them. Like their eyes got big and they were like, "Oh my God, I did not expect to get hit like that kind of thing."
Over and over and over again, too.
Right. Exactly. So I'm willing to bet there's going to be a little bit of that factor that's going to happen. Can't turn the ball over, obviously, get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Can't be committing false starts and all that stuff. Yeah, we got to be extremely disciplined, because I think if the lack of discipline shows up and we have 9 penalties for 120 yards,
100%,
we're screwed. If it's the Miami team that showed up against Ohio State and discipline-wise against Texas A&M, not so much the lack of offense, but then again, they were in a windstorm that entire game. If the type of discipline that I saw in those 2 games shows up, I think we're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we gutted that win out against Ole Miss. It kind of started turning into a shootout, which is what we wanted to avoid, right?
Correct.
But we won a fourth quarter shootout.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Somehow. And we won a fourth quarter shootout while a third of the team having the flu.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. No, listen, again, where they have an advantage is they're older, they're more consistent, and they're definitely the more disciplined team. And I can say that without feeling kind of weird that I'm a Miami fan, because that's a fact. But like someone, let me see what was his name right here. Where would it go? So Ball Out Tommy says bigger, stronger, and faster. That's my answer to that. Are they more disciplined? Yes. Do they play really good, more consistent than we do? Yes. But we're bigger, stronger, and faster. So I again, the only thing we can hang our hat on is one common opponent, and we beat that common opponent worse than they did. So we're going to be in this game. I mean, as long as we don't go and, like you said, have 10 penalties and turn the ball over. I know people are like, yo, you're saying that because you're a Hurricane. Listen, I've been picking them pretty good so far, and I'm picking this one like by 10. Like I think they're gonna be shocked. I don't think they can block us. The key for me in the game, the key is, can you stop that back shoulder fade, that back shoulder throw, which is a staple of their offense, and also can you hold them to an average running game? You know, like 100 yards, 120 yards rushing. If they run 150, 175 on us, it could get very interesting, because they will run the ball well, because they do. I like the way they do it. We'll bully them a little bit, but they're going to be able to run the ball a little bit. It just can't get out of hand. You just can't give them that bread and butter back shoulder. You do that, yeah, it's going to be a little tough.
Yeah, I agree. 618 Canes, thank you for the dono, by the way. Many say we won't be able to run the ball. I believe we can. What are your thoughts? I will reiterate, we have a huge size advantage on the offensive line. I think we will be able to run the ball. Like Flo said, stopping the run could be a different challenge. We have been pretty elite at stopping the run, aside from maybe the Virginia Tech game. Just our safeties have to take good angles, and I think we'll be okay. We'll be able to fit the run just fine. Ole Miss literally was just one play. Aside from that, we were stuffing the run. That's why it took them so long for their offense to get going. So you do that, and I think you'll be okay. This is another key that I don't know if you've looked into this or thought about this, Flo. It's when we're driving, and let's say Fletcher's gashing them for 7 yards a carry, all of a sudden we're on the opponent's 25-yard line. We're like at the edge of field goal range. And on 3rd and 4, we go to the Malley Cat and it gets stuffed. That's the little cute shit that I don't want to see. I don't want to see the little, unless we need to go to it because the offense been stagnant for a quarter, that's different. Or it's coming off a turnover, you're at midfield, okay, flea flicker bomb, that's different. But like, you're running the ball 5, 7 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, 5 yards. Like, I don't get tricky, don't get cute. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so I'm going to surprise you on this, because I'm in the minority on this. First of all, I agree that annoys me. I want to make sure I'm clear. So I want to get that out the way. But whatever, I want Dawson to continue to do everything he's been doing. I don't want him to change a damn thing. Because when those plays have worked in the past, we've lost our mind how great of a call it was. They haven't worked recently, and he called them at times that we thought we should have kept running the ball. So it didn't look like it worked. But you know what? I love the way that Dawson is attacking. I love it. Me personally, I'm with you, John. I probably would have called runs on some of those plays because we're running the ball. I don't think I could have done that. But you know what? It's not broken. Don't fix it, bro. Like, it's working, right? So I get upset with people that criticize Dawson after we win, and they only want to point out the couple plays, the 2 or 3 bad calls that he made at the wrong time, but not the calls he made that got us the W. Like, for example, that drive that we went on just at the end against Ole Miss, those third down calls were so elite. They were so elite, right? But all we talk about is Carson Beck, good job by pulling it down and running into the end zone, right? Like, I agree with you, which is kind of weird. That's why I wanted to start with, like, I agree. I actually think I would run it, but I don't want him to change nothing. I want him to continue to, because you can tell that Mario's giving him free reign. We've always wanted him to get free reign. That is his play calls. You could tell that it's him adding all these new little sprinkles. Maybe he does them at the wrong time and we lose our mind, but I like the fact that he feels free and he's calling the game aggressive. I don't want him to stop doing that personally.
Yeah. I definitely like aggressiveness. It's just the timeliness of it. You know, it's a delicate thing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I listen, I wouldn't have made those calls.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. It's just, as a play caller, I mean, you're never gonna make everyone happy. I think he's calling an amazing. Well, we're in the Natty. I mean, clearly, like, what am I talking about? Guy's killing it. He's fucking killing it.
No. Overall, he's done a great job for sure. Patrick says, what do you think about this with Brock Schott? We had a tight end transfer to Indiana. I'm pretty sure he's telling them Miami's place. I mean, you've been in locker rooms. You've had playbooks in your hands. You kind of in a different era, obviously, but you kind of know the inner workings of that. Is that something we should be worried about? What do you think?
I don't know how much Signetti would sit him down and talk to him, because listen, he knows all our checks. He knows our option routes. It's not really the play call, because you can dress the play. We run a lot of people don't realize this. We pretty much run all the same plays. We just dress it and make it look different. I can show you guys on tape. It's hilarious. We actually run a lot of the same plays all the time. We just dress it up different. But what Brock could do, if they took the time to do this, I don't know if they would, but if, let's say they would, he knows the checks. He knows that for example, if you line up in this defense, he's going to check to this play, right? So they might line up in that defense on purpose, knowing that we're going to check to this play, right? That could be that. Or when they're running their route, if we're in defense, this is the option they have. If we're in this defense, the route's going to go this way. If we're in this defense, the route has to go that way. He can tell them that kind of stuff. And you don't want to change it either. If you're Miami, it's too confusing to start changing your option routes in a week before. Now, the checks you can catch on. Like, I suspect in our scripted drive, Dawson to see if they know, like, to throw a little few checks just to see if they know that we check to something. I suspect Dawson will throw out some bait to see if they, if Schott have had a few conversations with Signetti, and then it's not hard to catch on, right? It's not hard to catch on.
Yeah, I missed a few super chats here way back, so sorry about that. We're gonna have to
go
all in on Matier. F Levitt, you mentioned this on F Levitt, bring me number 6, please. We have 20 mil now. It's time to spend by a QB. Yeah, I thought it was that simple, but apparently not. Rolexer, we've done 3 years. We don't see how process is wrong. We're 2 for 2. I don't know if the process is wrong necessarily. Yeah. It's just it's not something I would do. And 618, we already hit that one. All right. There was another one I wanted to hit. I want to say Mr. Joshua in the chat earlier was saying it was his birthday. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, here it is. Joshua Hanna. Today's my birthday. I turned 40 today. Very nice.
Happy birthday.
All I want for my birthday is that trophy to stay right here in Miami. I agree. Well, hopefully they give you that gift, sir. Happy birthday. Turning 40 today. I'm not far behind you, sir. I'm not far behind you. Let's see. What else? Yeah, man. But yeah, that's kind of that's a great point about the back shoulder throw, which we did a good job defending Ole Miss. I think we kind of kept that to the minimum. They're going to test Jabari Antoine there for sure if he's on the field.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it looks like OJ should be back. Hopefully, Damari can play. You got Keontae. You got, I trust our guys. If you don't trust Miami's defense by now, I don't know what to tell you. We're an elite defense. I trust who we have out there. I trust who we have coaching that side of the ball. I think because the defense will be prepared, it's going to be a dogfight. And it's just, my concern is not even bigger than the Dawson calling tricky stuff at the wrong time. It's the bigger thing on offense. Your strategy is these 7-8 minute drives, right? Which is great. You're dominating time of possession. Here's the problem. If you're settling for field goals, that's no good, because you could do that 3 times, right? And eat up a quarter and a half dominating, but you're up 9-0.
Yep.
One play, it's 9-7, and it's a ball game again. That's the problem.
Yeah, look, but the thing is again, we're very similar, right? That they're methodical too with their offense. And I do believe, when all said and done, and I mean, we'll talk about this on Sunday a little bit, but if things are all equal as far as like turnovers and penalties, right? Like, let's say both teams play pretty solid in penalties and they play pretty solid in turnovers, I think it's going to come down to red zone. Who's kicking field goals? Who's scoring touchdowns? And because I do think both teams will be able to move the ball a little bit, and it's going to come down to red zone. The chances are Indiana's probably going to play a clean game. Miami, hopefully they play a clean game. And then if that happens, it's going to be red zone, and we're not bad in the red zone. Okay, we're actually pretty good in the red zone. So I think it's a really good matchup. I have nothing but respect for them, what they've done. But the truth is, they've played nobody like us. Nobody like that's built like us. None. Remember, they played all schematic teams. People keep wanting to tell me that Ohio State's a physical team. Where? Have you guys not been watching them play? Their thing is schematics. They're really good at schematics. We're not. We just want to fight. We literally just want to fight the whole game. That's what we like to do. So I'm curious to see how they react when they're not the only bully on the field.
Yeah. And then there's the whole them stealing signals and all those rumors. I don't none of us know the truth behind that. Right, but 5 turnovers on the first play this season, is that accurate?
I don't know.
That's pretty crazy.
That would be that would be
insane. That would be insane if on the first defensive snap you're taking the ball away 5 different times. That's crazy.
Yeah, look, I think to keep honest, if they are stealing it, they've done a good job. It just and if that stat that you just said is true, man, that is sketchy as hell. If it's 5 times.
Not first play, but first drive. Okay. Still, though.
Okay. Yeah, still, because it's still the script. It's still the script, because that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying, that they're stealing the script. So, I don't know. John, did you get tickets?
I was not able to get tickets, no.
Yeah, my thing, I had me waiting there, and then the thing flipped to sold out.
Same.
Amazing.
Yep. But I'm going to watch it right here in the comfort of my home, in front of this TV where I've been. Well, not the A&M game. I watched that game with you, but Ohio State and Ole Miss, I stood right just 3 feet away from where I'm sitting right now. I stood right in front of that TV.
So that's your new designated position?
Yeah. That's where I'm standing for the national championship game. I will be standing the entire game.
Sweet.
But yeah, man, we have been on 1 hour, so I think I will call it there, because there are 210
super chat. You got a super chat.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Heatherman has something for his former boss. That's true. A lot of people aren't talking about that. He did work for Kurt Signetti at one point.
3 years. He was his DC.
Fantastic. Always, guys. Thank you so much. We got 210 in the chat, 206 in the chat right now. Please go hit that like button. That would be much appreciated. I appreciate all the super chats, all the donations, and all your guys' support, obviously. Again, regarding the quarterback stuff, it may not be the home run that we all wanted, but, you know, I think we're going to have somebody, and I think it's going to be okay. That's kind of where I'm setting my expectation and where what I believe is going to happen. I think it would just be complete malpractice to not go get somebody. I mean, we're playing for a national championship. You should be able to convince somebody that's decent to come play quarterback here next year. You would think. So let's see. Flo, anything to add before we go?
Just appreciate the invite, man. Love you. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat supporting Cafecito and Canes. And now we just flip to Natty talk. I don't want to hear nothing about quarterback until after the Natty's done.
Exactly. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on. As always, my brother. Appreciate it. Go Canes. All about the U. You see that? One more win. And we got number 6 in the trophy case. Let's go get it.